Hello, everybody. AM 1230 WJOB. I'm Jim.E.Dedelow, and is the tradition here in 2015, as has been in the past. I'm here to interview some of the class of 2015 inductees into the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. Let's talk about a Clark guy. Clark grad started on the football field as a running back and strong safety, All-State in '74, helping to lead the Pioneers to their first conference football title in 30 years. The high school team MVP, went on to University of Indianapolis as a halfback fullback, and he earned some varsity letters there. Let's see Larry Zembala. Larry, thanks a lot for sitting down with us.
Thank you, Jim.
And congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You're in the Hall of Fame. Is this the only Hall of Fame you've ever been in?
Actually, now there's our high school, I think Coach Voris, he's the one that started a Clark Hall of Fame. And I didn't realize it until I saw one of the Friday night brochures, the Clark Hall of Fame, and he had some of his players from the time he came there. He started that. So, and then I became part of the Hall of Fame at the University of Indianapolis. Our 1975 football team went on to the playoffs. And,
oh, nice. It was a different name then, right? It was,
well, when I went, it was Indiana Central College, and then they changed it to Indiana Central University, and then it was University of Indianapolis, and I think they call themselves UIndy right now.
Yeah, it's University of Indianapolis. Yeah. Our own Jordan Beasley attends University of Indianapolis. I talk to him almost on a daily basis. Hey, what was it like playing for Nick Voris?
I'll tell you what, I couldn't have asked for a better high school coach as far as motivation, and life skills that he taught us, commitment, go all out, do your best, teammates. He was an amazing man. I mean, he was, of the three, if I was to think of the three most important men in my life, he was definitely in one of those three.
If you got to remember just a little bit of some of the lessons that he would have harped on. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at my high school coach actually in my purview right now is John Friend. I remember just a few of the things that he had to say. And anything come up from Voris? Oh,
I'll tell you, it was talked to another reporter not too long ago. It was a situation where we went 0-2 my senior year. We started 0-2. We got whacked, went down to Evansville and got destroyed. Lafayette Central Catholic beat us at home 3-0, and he was riding us, and deservedly so, because we embarrassed ourselves, we embarrassed him. And during the middle of the week when we were starting with East Chicago, Washington, he was again all over us. And after practice, told us to take a knee, and he said, gentlemen, I know you don't like the way I'm getting on you and all this riding I'm doing on you. He says, but I know there's more in you guys. He says, you're not giving me what I know is there. And he says, and I'm not going to stop. He says, and if I stop yelling, he says, then you better start worrying. He says, because then I've given up on you. That's what that says. But he says, but I'm not giving up on you. And we went on to win our next 7 of 8 games. That moment was, for me, a defining moment for me as a football player, and even as through life, not giving up on people.
Through life, you went on to teaching, Coach. Tell us about that.
Well, I started down in Indianapolis area, Triton Central High School. I was coaching and teaching. Was a defensive coordinator for a year or two, and same thing. You have kids who, not giving you what you thought they had. And a lot of times, kids don't realize what they have. Sometimes a certain person sees it that your own self doesn't see. And worked with several coaches down there, and we had pretty successful seasons down there. And then I moved over to Zionsville, and I started as a head freshman coach, and I really instilled what Coach Voris had taught me, and whether it was fate or good athletes, which that always helps too, is we went undefeated, that freshman team. That team actually went on to win the state championship their senior year. So it was again, hard work, loyalty to the program, give it all you got, don't give up on kids, and from there moved on to came up to Maryville, and I was coaching with some former Hall of Famers, Jeff Yelton, who's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Jeff Yelton, yeah.
And, of course, Coach Voris. Came up to Maryville, and I coached there for a good number of years and taught. And then I finished up my career as a coach when I became an administrator in Maryville. But the same thing, when you're an administrator and I was in charge of discipline, you don't always deal with the kids that are the pleasantest kids. But, as I got to know those kids, every kid is worth saving, and I try to use that philosophy with those kids. Sometimes, as an administrator, you're second guessed by teachers, this, that, or the other thing. But you know what? I think sometimes when people give up on another person, I think indirectly they're giving up on themselves, not thinking they have the ability to get what they want out of somebody. And like I said, that Coach Voris speech, many, many times when I thought I found that kid where this one's not even worth saving, I would think about what Coach Voris had said that day and the feelings I had sitting there on my one knee looking and seeing the emotion that came from that man saying, "I'm not giving up on you." And so I carried that through my life.
I'm not giving up on you. That's the theme here for Larry Zembala. Went on and took those lessons that you may have gotten right there by Voris. So that says a lot about what happens here. Larry, want to thank you for sitting down, just kind of chatting with us for a little bit.
Sure.
I know that you're going to be giving a speech here and so forth at the 2015 inductee into the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. So congratulations.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much. Jim.E.Dedelow, AM 1230, WJOB.